Anthony, I'm going to turn it over to you. What are some of the cons of a 401k? What are the downsides here?
Okay, so there's quite a bit. One of the many cons of a 401k is you are limited on your investment options. Most people have a 401k through an employer or even an IRA, and most of the time they're subject to or really limited to stocks and mutual funds. There is that opportunity to do a self-directed IRA for you that opens up some more options for you. But the problem is you can't use any of that personally. The options are still limited. But the bottom line is with a 401k, the government puts limits on what you can invest in.
Great. Well said. One of the cons that when I always talk about infinite banking, the one that I always point out is I would say there's a slow start to infinite banking. And what I mean by that is, again, we're using insurance, and that insurance piece has a cost to it. And really, the policy has a cost in the insurance the first 2-3 years-ish. And so if you guys are out there looking to get started, before you get started, you want to go through and you want to make sure you understand what that slow start is for you and the policy that's being proposed to you. If you guys have questions and would like us to go through that in detail with you, feel free to reach out. Happy to go through it with you.
You know what, on that, let me just hit that home if you don't mind, Cameron, because you're right. That is the biggest obstacle people have is that slow start. But what I find interesting is somebody puts in $1 in their 401k, let's say, and then the 20% tax bracket. So they put in $1, they want to take it out. They got to pay the 20% plus 10% penalty. So they're going to get 70 cents that first year. Okay. Cameron, when somebody does a kind of, I know it can be different, but if somebody's putting in $1 to an ongoing policy, and then how much can they take out at the end of the year?
It's about 70 cents.
Okay. So it's about the same. Now in year 2, I put in $1, but I need that. So I got to take it back out again. So I only have 70 cents. What do I have on a typical policy?
Probably 80, 85 cents.
Yeah, let's just even give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's the same. Okay. So the first 2 years are equal, but how about in year 3 or year 4? I put in $1 in my 401k. Each year I can only get 70 cents back. What about in the IRA? The IBC.
In the IBC, starting in year 3, maybe year 4 is you're actually going to have more money available to you than what you put in there. Meaning if you put $1 in, you've got $1 and a few cents that you'll be able to pull back out. And the best part of that is once it starts in year 3, is that happens every single year thereafter. So as long as you've got that policy, you put in $1, you're going to have more than it's available to you in cash value.
So that slow start, I know it's the biggest obstacle at first glance, but I believe if you dive a little deeper and look into it, it really is not.
I agree 100% with you. I'm glad you brought it up again, because I'll go through that with clients, and I'll go through it because I want to make them aware of it. Very few times does anybody really have some sort of objection to it when they see how it works. You're going to give up a little bit of access on the front end, but man, you're going to gain so much more on the back end. It's not funny. So
it's not funny.
You're not funny.
Speaking of not funny, Cameron, the next con that we have listed of 401k is that the government limits how much you can put in each year.
That's not fun. I don't like that.
No.
On the IBC, one of the cons that I came up with is there is no employer match. So this is going to be something that you're going to be doing as an individual, independent of any sort of employer matches.
Another downside of 401k is you decide to take that money out before you're age 59 and a half, 10% penalty right off the top.
Yeah.
You want to see the entire episode? Click here. If you want to learn how investors use infinite banking to increase their returns and lower their taxes, click here. If you want to see if infinite banking is for you and you have some questions, hop on a discovery call with us and one of our coaches. The link for that will be in the description.